Hello and welcome to Jackman Park here in Limerick for the first semi-final of this year's FAI Junior Cup between local side Ballynanty Rovers and Collinstown FC from Dublin. A place at stake in this year's final in the Aviva Stadium. Alan Coley is our match pundit this evening. Evening to you, Alan.
Good evening, Aidan.
So tell us first, how do both teams shape up?
Yeah, it's a very interesting tie-in because I suppose both teams that wouldn't have been much fancied at the start of the competition, and that's no disrespect to them, but there would have been two of the lesser lights as such in the junior football. So I think they're very evenly matched teams, and both have so much at stake, obviously, with a chance to play in the Aviva Stadium. It's a huge carrot dangling in front of them. So as I say, two lesser teams but with a huge carrot. I think we're in for an interesting night's football.
Collinstown come here, never being at this stage of the competition, yet unbeaten on the road this year.
Yeah, they are unbeaten, and they've won 3 times away from home, I think it is, already in the competition. So they've a really good track record away from home. So it'll hold no fear for them as such coming down here, obviously being away from home again tonight. The pitch looks really well. I think the surroundings are fairly good. It's not a bad night for football as well, a little bit breezy. But yeah, Collinstown will fancy their chances coming down here, but Ballynanty will definitely provide a tough ask as well because they're an uncompromising team. They're very kind of physical as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Two very evenly matched teams, so it's a tough one to call.
Alright, if you were to put a name on it, put a team on it, who do you see going forward to this year's final at this stage?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for home advantage because at this stage of the competition it is a big thing to be playing at home. I know this isn't Ballynanty's home ground, but they're playing in their home county, so I am going to go for home advantage in this one. So I think by the odd goal, but again it's a very tight affair. I'm not great at the predictions this season, so maybe it's best to avoid them, but maybe by the odd goal Ballynanty.
Yeah, maybe we should stop asking you those. Well, Alan's going to join our commentary team now, and as he does that, let's have a look at the teams with Bernard O'Toole.
Well, plenty of experience in this Ballynanty Rovers team who have done really well to get to this stage of the competition. A flat 4-4-2 formation they will adopt today. Tom Daly will marshal that defence alongside Kenneth Meenan. Good power as well from the fullbacks too. And their main men up front wearing 9 and 10. Alex Purcell, a winger come centre forward, who line out alongside Tony Fahy today, a player described as a very underrated centre forward. Well, as for the visitors from Collinstown, they too go 4-4-2 in their formation. Damien Cuff and Matthew Cullen will marshal the heart of their defence, and David Dempsey and Anthony McCormick, also known as Anto McCormick, will look for good supply from Ian McNeil and Mark O'Neill out wide. Referee for today's game is John Walsh, the experienced man in the middle, taking charge of what we expect to be a really lively affair. A day out at the Aviva Stadium, the prize for the winners, a place in the FAI Junior Cup final up for grabs, and we're underway at Jackman Park. The home side, Ballynanty Rovers in their change strip of all white. They'll be hoping it'll be all white today, and all blue strip, the traditional colours of Collinstown FC, formed in just 2007. Have come a long way in their brief history and hoping to go all the way to the cup final. And they'll have a chance here with an early free. Testing free, sent in there, and a dangerous one. It's come across the back and it's clattered the crossbar. That is the home side who have made the bright start, as that was fizzled in there. And how close was that? As close as you can come for Ballynanty Rovers. McCormick back to goal, being well looked after as the shot comes in, but it's well charged down. I think the man getting the block there was Tom Daly. Attack though is still alive as it's swung in by Flood, and a perchance opportunistic effort on goal, but it's beaten away by the goalkeeper as the shot came in from the right boot of Dylan Clark. Another ball sent in there, and this time it's knocked behind off the head of Shane Doran. Well, the first shot in anger and the first real save made by the goalkeeper as a good effort came in from Dylan Clark. Well, we've already seen the crossbar rattled. Headed on, fullback Flood went thundering in there. Referee got the whistle to his mouth and then said no, we'll play on because Collinstown FC have the ball. Here's McCormick, goalkeeper out of position, and McCormick has given them the lead. First blood to Collinstown's FC. And as they celebrate, it is the veteran who was heavily involved in the opening 20 minutes or so who has the away fans in full celebration. 5-4, they beat Pike Rovers, semi-finalists last year, earlier on this competition, and once again they've taken the lead. And let's not forget, 1-0 was good enough for Collinstown FC in the last round. Well, using all his experience in there, picking the pocket if you like, goalkeeper out of position, but that was a fine finish and a fine spot And a fine goal. Dempsey. Daly's header's on a good one. Perhaps going to present itself to Dempsey. Goalkeeper's out of position. And eventually Daly, at the second attempt, scrambles that one away. And the goalkeeper's injured in the process. Long throw sent in there. And it's still possession, and it's gone in. It's an equaliser. And out of nowhere, Dave Dunphy, who's gone close with a couple of frees, somehow gets an opportunity and takes full advantage. It's 1-1 in the cup. But it came right across everybody. It just wasn't dealt with whatsoever. And that really a reflection of the second half. We've seen all Collinstown in the first half, but Ballynanty Rovers draw level. Thumbs up, arms up.
Well, after 90 minutes, it's Ballynanty Rovers 1, Collinstown FC 1. Alan Coley, quite a different second half that maybe we didn't expect to see.
Yeah, we didn't expect it in because Collinstown were so dominant in the first half, but to be fair to Ballynanty, they obviously got a rude awakening in the half time. They came out in the second half and they were a totally different team, and in fairness to them, the goal that they got in the second half, it was fully deserved, and it probably deserves to take it to extra time, so it's all to play for now in extra time.
Collinstown with possession. It's a shot from range, but it's a tired effort. A decent spot, but at this stage in the game, legs are tired and the execution wasn't there from Dylan Clark. That will really lift if they hit the back of the net from here. Dean Carpenter, captain to take. Leaves it instead for Cuff to take. Carpenter needs good delivery. Towards the far, headed back towards goal. Shot just wasn't on target. McCormick helps it back across as the header comes in, and it's claimed under his own crossbar. Decent header by Brogan. Gareth Brogan, the substitute, but an easy one for McNamara. And there goes the full-time whistle. And so after 2 periods of 10 minutes of extra time, and after the 90 as well, it finishes 1-1. So penalties to decide who will advance to the FAI Junior Cup final, and Collinstown goes first, and Dean Carpenter already scored in this cup run with the first penalty for Collinstown against Stephen McNamara, man of the match and goalkeeper for Ballynanty Rovers. Carpenter scores, 1-0 Collinstown. Superb penalty, tucked away really well. And the man stepping forward for the home side is the substitute, Derek Hanlon, first season at the club. He scored some important goals this season in League and Cup. This could be the most important. A long run up here by Derek Hanlon. Steps forward, does Hanlon. What a penalty. Unsavable, top corner, and we're 1-1. Well, Anto McCormick scored the goal that for most of the game looked as though it was going to win the game in the 90 minutes for Collinstown. The veteran looking to score an important penalty. Stephen McNamara looking to be a hero to go with his Man of the Match award. McCormick against McNamara. Good penalty. Home fans silence, the away fans like it, and once again Collinstown do what they have to do. Dara Hughes, top class fullback, steps forward and just about scrambles in. 2-2. Well, Mark O'Neill, as we said, broke his collarbone 4 weeks ago and was out of action for just 2 weeks. Some saying a cup run helped him back in action quicker than you would expect from a broken collarbone. And he's looking to score an important penalty against Stephen McNamara. All penalties scored so far. Big run up. We're going to have some power here. And it's in. There was no power. It was perfection and placed well. 3 from 3 for Collinstown. And what's the response to be? Another man who has scored. Man who scored the equaliser in the 90. Dave Dunphy steps forward, puts it away. Another superb penalty. No bad penalty so far. 3-3. And the substitute is up next. Michael Scully, an experienced right-footed player. Well, he'll be putting that right foot and his experience to full use here, and will be tested fully. 3 from 3 so far for both teams. Scully, saved! And Ballynanty's fans cheer, and the man of the match may have just produced a big save in the penalty shootout. First penalty missed, and it's by Michael Scully to make it 4-3. It's Dermot Fitzgerald, who played a rugby match in Dublin this afternoon, back in Limerick, and puts them ahead 4-3 to Ballynanty Rovers. It all comes down to this. Damien Cuff, experienced centre half, has to hit the back of the net. Otherwise, it's Ballynanty Rovers who progress. Cuff, it's there. Pressure on the last kick. Cuff does what he has to do. And it's all going to come down to this final kick for a place at the Aviva Stadium in the FAI Junior Cup final. And a match at a venue most fans can only dream about. And it's going to fall to Alex Purcell to put Ballynanty Rovers from Limerick at the Aviva Stadium. And he misses! Sudden death! More drama in a game that just keeps on giving. 4-4, and the supreme noise you hear is by the supporters from Neilstown in Dublin, as we go to sudden death, both teams missing in the shootout. So sudden death, best of one essentially. Gareth Brogan steps forward and is saved. Brogan misses, and for the second time in this match, Ballynanty Rovers are going to have the chance to win it. Gareth Brogan with the penalty, saved by Stephen McNamara, who has shown just why he is the man of the match. Eddie Radcliffe, former youth player, who has broken into the senior team for a place at the Aviva Stadium as he steps forward, and that's saved too. We are no closer to knowing who's going to the Aviva Stadium. It remains 4-4 in sudden death. And once again, it's the best of one essentially. Daniel Matthews, this keeps on going, the goalkeepers could have to take a penalty. Daniel Matthews steps forward and he misses. And what a performance by Stephen McNamara, both in normal time, in extra time, and now in the penalty shootout. And he must be thinking, why can't some of my teammates help me out here? He's doing all he can. And the man stepping forward for this one is Brian Doran to put Ballynanty Rovers through. Brother of the fullback Shane, hard-working midfielder, doesn't give the ball away is how he's described. Well, he has to put this one away. Ballynanty Rovers are going to the Aviva Stadium. They win in penalty shootout. Well, what a game we've had here. A first half that really belonged to Collinstown. Taking the lead through Anto McCormick. Dave Dunphy equalising in the 76th minute. And Ballynanty Rovers winning in sudden death in the penalty shootout. And a game of full drama keeps on going. Absolutely fantastic. Ballynanty Rovers fans celebrate. They've won in sudden death in the penalty shootout by 5-4.
Well, it's time to present tonight's Man of the Match award. We have Declan Burscale from Aviva to present the award to none other than Stephen McNamara, the hero of the night. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thanks.
And well done to you. Was that the most dramatic game you've ever played in your life?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Even the build-up to the game was like you can't even describe what the feeling is. And to go a goal down then in the first half, like we kept fighting and we kept going until we got the goal back. And even after that, we kept going and we didn't stop till the very end. And we got what we deserved in the end.
Now, to win the Man of the Match award for within the 90 minutes was well deserved, richly deserved. But who would have thought you'd go on to save not one, not two, but 3 penalties?
Oh, look, penalties is all it looks like. A lot of save some you don't, and that's just the way it went. And lucky to Collinstown for not winning the game. Like, we're just delighted now that we have it. delighted we get to the final in the Aviva.
We left a lot out in the field in the first half, but what we said was we don't want to come out here and just not have played a match, so we just said let's go for it. And I think in the second half the guys went for it. I mean, they left nothing out there, and I don't think anyone left anything here. I think there's a lot of souls left here tonight, not to mind anything else, but the fight of the whole squad, because we had injuries. Our centre half Tom got injured, then Shane went in there, he got injured, so we had a back four. We've never seen that back four in the last 2 years, and they got through it, and we pushed strong near the end, and then the lottery, and our numbers came up.
Indeed they did. Where does this rank in the history of the club and the great games and tournaments you've been involved in?
Well, we're since 1955. This is the greatest ever moment. The occasion, everything. The fact that we're being interviewed on TV here, it's unbelievable, and it's the greatest ever moment, and I think we've one more moment in us.
Well, it's been one of the most dramatic nights we've ever seen in the FAI Junior Cup here at Jackman Park in Limerick. The home team, Ballynanty Rovers, beating Collinstown FC on penalties, and they march on to the Aviva Stadium for the final on May 25th. Join us next time to find out who their opponents will be. It'll be either St Michael's of Tipperary or the defending champions, Sheriff YC. See you then.